Yeah, I've been gone for a while. Need some time off of social media. And thank God I did. But I'm back. I'm back once again to tear it up. And during my absence, one 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 supporter outside of YouTube actually put me on some wise game right here. But before I go further, yep, it's me again. They hate me, that's why they give a fuck about me at the same time. As always, I am your host, JD Miles. The MGTOWs they love to hate, even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time as always, which is why they keep us relevant to this day, and I'm back again. In which y'all see the title of discussion. They create their own monsters just to have something to condemn. And yeah, they know who they are. They know who they be. And yes, this is an actual quote. We make our own monsters, then fear them for what they show us about ourselves. During my time off of social media, I talk to a lot of people. Try to get try to get some try to get some new try to get some new opinions and new approaches. But one person who actually sees my content, he wanted to talk about a a topic that I normally bring up, which is the fear mongers. And what he said actually turned on a light bulb. No, turned on several light bulbs here. And let me quote exactly what he said. These fear mongers need to create monsters in order to incite fear and panic into the masses. They build them up, make these monsters represent wherever irks them, and then unleash them into the public, thinking that these monsters is going to represent the people and groups that they hate. Only for those same monsters to turn back and attack them in the process. Unquote. Hearing this, and of course y'all know me. I'm a big GTA and Red Dead Redemption fan. Hearing this reminds me of the part of the story mode of Red Dead Redemption 2, where you had Draco. For those of y'all who played Red Dead Redemption 2, y'all remember that mad scientist lab up in Annisburg in that game that was occupied by one Draco, which his plans were to create an army of robots to take over the world. But days later, you return back to his lab to find that his own robot killed them and then ran off. But JD, why what does this have to do with the topic of discussion? I'll tell you. Because this is the exact same thing these fear mongers are going through. They want to go around create these monsters into whatever image they want to be. Let's use MGTOW, the Manosphere, and the Red Pill as their as their as their as their meanings. They want to create these monsters that somehow supposed to represent the manosphere, the red pill, MGTOW, what may have you. Then they release these monsters into the public, thinking that, oh, if we create these monsters and bring them to the public, then everybody's going to fear these spaces. Only for it, only for their attempts to blow right back up in their faces, or in this case, their own monsters turn around and attack them in the process. These monsters that these fearmongers create is the exact replica of what they fear. And instead of the public fearing these monsters, no. These monsters turn back around and show their creator what they fear. Now, hearing this, I didn't understand it at first. In fact, it took me days to comprehend. But nevertheless, I comprehend exactly what he meant. Exactly what he meant. And what he said is true. This is what these hating ass fearmongers is doing. They think by going around creating these monsters. No. Scratch that. Let me rephrase. By going around creating these monsters and making them the representation of, say, MGTOW, Red Pill, the Manosphere, and their attempts to release these monsters into the public, thinking that oh, these monsters in which we turn them into Red Pill, MGTOW, and the Manosphere, or whatever, they're gonna incite fear into people to the point to where these people is going to fear MGTOW, Red Pill, and the Manosphere. And they tried to make these monsters a representation. But in the end, instead of people being in fear, instead the monsters turn right on the same ones that created them. But Uncle JD, why is that? Well, let me go ahead and quote what he said when I asked that question. Yes, that's the same question I asked. Why is that? Because the monster that these fearmongers create are the replica or spinning image of what these fearmongers fear their own damn selves. And they believe just because they fear this, they fear what they created, that means everybody should fear what they create. But in the end, who is the most affected? The ones that the monster was intended to fear, or the one who created the monster based off their own fear? Okay then. Basically, the monster is the insecurity of these fearmongers. And they use these monsters to inject their own insecurities onto other people, only to find out that the shit doesn't work. And because they try so hard to do it, they are showing everybody that the only reason why they want people to fear this, that, or the third is because that's what they fear. That's what these creators of monsters fear. And by the end of the day, no one is scared of these monsters besides the ones that created them. And I bring this up to say this. For the past month, maybe two, what have these retarded fucks ever tried to do? They try to push their fear-mongering tactics, thinking that, oh, we're gonna make people scared of the manosphere, scared of MGTOW, scared of the red pill, only to have it blow right back up in their faces. And the crazy part about it is that they try to convince themselves this shit is working when it's not. And by the end of the day, who does it affect? Who does this shit affects the most? The ones who go around trying to incite fear more than anyone else. And they wonder why their shit never works. So by the end of the day, they create their own monsters in a desperate attempt to condemn what they fear, only to let their own fears get the better of them off the gate. But nevertheless, I said what I had to say. I'm done on the matter of these fearmongers and why their plans never work, and I'm out this bitch. Later.